Hey guys, welcome back. So here we have a 1v1 Arabia. I'm going for a Lithuanian militia drush, which I haven't seen any videos on how to do it. Talking to Poop Lord, he said you drop a house and a barracks. So I'm just going to go for my version and do that. A house and a barracks. Immediately sending 2 villagers to wood so I can build another house here once I collect 25 wood. Doing scouting with my sheep, which is really important, as I need to go forward early to get my militia to the enemy as quickly as possible. My opponent is also playing as Lithuanians, so it will be a little bit of a mirrored match. I don't know if you did a mirrored or if you picked Lithuanians. I did pick Lithuanians. Getting my second house out now. First militia guy is out. Some decent scouting with my sheep to get my resources. I just need to find these last 2 here. And look how fast already. Almost got my 3rd militia guy out. And it's such a huge thing, the Lithuanians, to get an extra 150 food starting off. And if you want to go for early feudal aggression, that's going to help you, or not feudal, dark age aggression. It's a huge jump start to do that. Blue going for pretty much meta right now. Lumber camp on the wood line. What is it? 6 on sheep. And my militiamen are coming forward, as well as my scout. Blue scout is over here to the left. We'll go to see what blue can see. Alright, so he's done a pretty good job scouting out his resources. And now my scout coming in here is trying to get the scout in front of the villager. Unfortunately, I think I provided more of a buffer from the rhino, but is what it is. I know where they're at. I got 3 militia. And he's immediately going and starting to get some house walls on his wood line. Luring my first rhino as well. Villager count. So he does have a 4 villager count lead because I went for a militia. So now I need to get some kind of advantage out of having militia. Otherwise, I am dreadfully behind early on. Now, I mean, delaying his eco a little bit here because he's having to wall up his wood line. So that does help. He's having to invest the resources into doing that. I wish I was over here a little bit faster. Could have potentially done something about the rhino lure there. Perfect timing though for his rhino. Getting the other one under the TC right after the other one finished up. He's still collecting berries. So I'm coming over here to the wood line. Luring my boar at home. It takes so much micro to do all this. I think I may actually lose a bit. No, okay. I was about to say, I was scared there for a second. Trying to just force him to react. And I think at some point I do find these other sheep. Let's see. Yeah, I did scout them with my other sheep. I just need to send someone out there to get it. And like even this, he's having to spend wood to repair the palisade. His villagers staying there idle. They're not actively producing or creating anything. So he does have a 3 villager lead, but 2 of them frequently aren't doing anything useful. And this one's having a wall up here too. So, you know, stats can be a little deceiving sometimes, but he does have a 3 villager lead. And I did get those last 2 goats. Almost through here. And idle. He's going to send some villagers over here to the left side of the map to collect wood. And even 2 villagers there to keep me out. So that's how good having this militia out can do. It makes him have to react to you. It makes him invest time and resources. But he's doing a pretty good job doing what he's doing. There's only 1 villager difference now. I've been able to climb back into the villager count. And I think part of that is he only has, what was that, 6 on food total. And I'm going to force him off the berries here. Bring my militia around over here. He's got 2 on berries here. Goes to try and wall it up. Does not get it up, though. And will end up pulling his villagers back to his TCing. Lucky enough for him, his TC was pretty close to the berries, so I had to pull back because I don't want to lose hit points for free. But he's in feudal age now with 1 more villager. I am 57% of the way, so significantly faster time and 1 additional villager. So it's a trade-off, you know what I mean? Like, you really have to try and get some kind of value out of your units, otherwise you know, them having an extra 150 food and not spending it on militia means they're going to get up to feudal quite a bit faster than you. And pulling my guys back away, I want to find some other place so I can target, do some damage. These are all walled in. There's not much I can do over here. And now I'm finally in feudal age, adding in some farms here as well. And also have some villagers going to collect these zebras. I think there's an opening here, maybe. No, maybe not. There might be here in a second if they collect the last of it. Can I get in there now? Villager count 22 to 26. So getting into feudal faster than me, immediately start producing villagers again. And now he has a 4 villager lead. And he's actually producing some men-at-arms. Unfortunately, I don't think I react fast enough here. I ended up losing my scout. And I have to pull these guys away because I do not want to take this engagement until I get the men-at-arms upgrade. Now I have numbers on them. Will get the better of that engagement in one respect. But I think he actually has, yeah, after he kills that last men-at-arms, he's actually killed 4 of mine, and I've only killed 2 of his. Getting a spearman or 2 out just in case he happens to go for some Lithuanian scouts. But really, I think he only cares about getting up to the next age. All of his times are faster than mine. He says, "So hard," laughy face. So something about this guy is throughout the entire map, he likes to talk smack. I haven't actually played with him before. This is the first time. But he's one of those players that likes to play psychological warfare and, you know, really try and psych you out. But, you know, he did, when we look at the statistics at the end of the game, his eco was mostly better for most of the game. I had more resources collected of every type except for 1. And his age up times were faster than mine on every single age up. So what does it come down to? Well, it's going to come down to taking good fights and unit composition or army compositions. And he is researching wheelbarrow first, adding in more stables here. Getting my blacksmith here. And now he's on his way to castle. Adding in an extra lumber camp, more houses, going heavy on gold. Oh yeah, and the key thing, he says, but it is good game, GG for you. I'm not going to waste my time arguing with somebody, especially if they want to talk smack. I'm all about show me what you can do versus tell me what you can do, and we'll see what he can do. For starters, he can give me 2 kills for free, so that's cool. But there is a fatal mistake that he makes. When you're Lithuanians, you have to prioritize relics if you're going for the Nightline, especially if your opponent is Lithuanians. Every relic that you collect, okay, not only gives you an additional attack, but it denies your Lithuanian opponent an additional attack. Okay, so when you think about it that way, it's a two-edged sword. You have to prioritize relics. Here I am trying to get enough wood. There we go. Finally get enough wood for a monastery. Meanwhile, he hasn't even built one. He hit castle age a decent bit before me. Hasn't even built one. Has more than enough wood to build one. And honestly, when it comes down to collecting the gold and getting that additional attack, that and taking some good fights is really what saved me. And so now I'm sending out these units. I killed a camel there. I don't even know if that was on purpose. Sending out these units to try and gain relic control, do scouting, make sure that I can collect as many relics as fast as possible. I have a few knights. He has a few knights. I don't have any upgrades. I don't even have bloodlines in my knights yet. He has 2 attack upgrades and bloodlines. And is going for a TC here. And I think he does a TC over here as well. Yeah. So 3 TC boom for him as he ignores relics. You can't ignore relics on a map where you're Lithuanian and your opponent's Lithuanian. And he does have a scout just sitting here. So I'm going to boink him right up the old beehole. Whee! Nice. Adding in a second TC myself, but keeping my monastery going the whole time. Monk there, monk here. And tell me what you guys think. Does it look cheesy? Does it look dumb? Maybe. But I'll tell you what, I don't have problems finding my monks anymore. And I don't have problems finding relics anymore. It's a lot easier to spot them whenever you have these little stars on them, or whenever the monks have the little arrow over their head. And I have 5 knights here. Did get 1 attack upgrade, but that's because of the relic, not because I researched anything yet. So, you know, it allows me to put more resources into building more knights and not have to spend money on research right away. There's a second relic in there now, so now I have 2 attack. And you can get up to 4 attack with these relics. Kind of scouting out, seeing what Blue has here. He does have a monastery finally. There is a relic right next to him that he will collect at some point. But you can only get up to 4 extra attack. And I'm going to have 4 relics here. Right here. Already got 2 in the bank, and there's the last 2 right there. So I'm going to have an additional 4 attack for free. And I'm going to have priests that can make conversions on his knights and heal up my own knights. I did lose a knight over there. But you look at the score difference, though. He does have an 11 villager lead. And that's partially because of how many TCs he got up as quickly as he did. Really booming. I only have 2 TCs at this moment. But I have 4 relics. There's 3, there's 4. So it's going to help out a lot. And adding another town center, want to collect some stone, get a castle up at some point. We'll heal my knights back up, full health. Walling in this area that I chopped through. And adding in some extra farms as well. Let's go back and check on blue. Yeah, a lot of resources in the bank. He does have 3 monks, and a few knights. But really, he's just focusing all on eco. Getting eco upgrades in the queue. His armor upgrades on his knights. Which, he did get that 1 relic, so he has 1 extra attack. But really, you want to get a decent amount of units before you start getting upgrades. You know, unless you're housed or whatever the case. But he's deciding to prioritize the upgrades instead. It's a little inefficient right there. Yeah, you just have to check on your gold builders to make sure it isn't happening, because that person is doing nothing right there. And what do you think of that little icon right there? Gold miner. Kind of cool, huh? I like the reskin or the pictures that they added in on this mod. So anyway, he is on his way to Imperial Age. 17% of the way there. Meanwhile, I don't think I've even clicked up yet. Yeah, I'm still creating villagers. I'm just happy to have 3 town centers. Adding in a lot more farms though. And I have 12 knights. And they have 14 attack and some armor upgrades. Which, I mean, 14 attack is pretty respectable considering I have not added any research attack upgrades. I'm going to go see what he's got going on. Maybe get some kills if possible. Right now the KD is 5-7 in his favor. And he's got 7 knights. I've got 12, 13, and 4 and 4. And I have 14 and 3 and 3. So he has a little bit more armor. And also he has bloodlines. I do not have bloodlines. So I am going to fall back here. But I did get 2 villager picks. Maybe 3. Let's see. Yep, 3 villagers. And I got a conversion over here as well. Pick off this monk here. He gets a conversion. But loses another monk. And all around, that's a pretty good engagement for me. I did get bloodlines now. I think it was coming in as I was going over there. So still 11 knights left. I got 1 or 2 conversions. Killed 3 villagers. So, but I'm in trouble. He's in Imperial Age. I haven't even clicked up yet. You're going to watch here in a second. You're going to see my wood go down pretty drastically as I'm selling off some resources. Pretty sure that's what happens. And I'm going to get my upgrades as well. But really, I need to get up to Imp. He doesn't have much of an army yet. But 15 knights for me. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Come on. Okay, yeah, I sold the wood. Buying the food. And did I have every building I needed? Oh, no, I didn't. Oh! And this is why I'm only 1100 elo. Oh, it's glitching a little bit. Got a conversion there. Got another conversion. Did lose a couple of monks though. 3 monks actually. But unfortunately for me, he now has Cavalier. Let's go back home real quick. University's almost up. So yeah, he's going to be an imp for a while before I get there. Trying to keep this last monk alive. We'll barely do it. Still have 17 priests though. So took our knights there. Took a pretty decent engagement. I do have 15 attack. Not all my knights. Which he also has 15 attack, but he has the additional 20 hit points for being Cavalier and additional armor. I have 24 knights total. Finally got that university up. Excuse me, that held me up for a while. I had the resources because I sold some stuff on the market and I couldn't click up because of that. Aggravating. but I'm up 25% of the way. I just need to stay alive. I do apologize. Something in the back of my throat. And he is booming like a Kuman, as Poop Lord would say, even though he's not Kuman. He's Lithuanian. But he's booming, man. He's got 108 villagers. Oh my goodness. That's 22 more villagers than I have. Jeez Louise. Ridiculous amount of farms. Gold miners. Just going nuts. Adding in a bunch of barracks now. And these are 15 attack Cavalier with 5 and 6 armor respectively. He's got 16 of them. He says, is bad scenery for you now?
Yes.
I'm just going to agree with him. I don't even know what bad scenery for you now means, but he's talking some smack. 20 attack or 20 Cavalier there. I'm just hoping and praying I can get up to Imp fast enough. And I remember, so I played a game earlier in the night where my opponent was, I can't remember if they were Franks or what they were. They were some other Knight Civ, but they added in a few halbs, and that made a huge difference on our Knights versus Knights battle. And so I was like, you know what? I know he's going for Cavalier. The Lithuanians get pretty good spearman line. You can even get a +2 attack on your spearmen and your skirms to make them stronger or more pierce armor. And so you know, I'm gonna get these halbs out. But he's coming in here with what is that, 21 Paladins, and we'll take out this TC. And on the other flank, he's attacking a castle. 17 attack, 180 hit points. Like, I don't have murder holes. What the heck, man? And I really just want this Cavalier upgrade to come in. Because I have 29 knights with 16 attack. Using my priest here and producing as many pikes as possible. Do get a couple conversions, I think. Yeah, got a conversion there. And my Cavalier came in at the perfect time. Have 18 attack with 140 hit points, which is really helping out. But he's streaming in these Paladins. This castle is in danger of going down. I think I did get murder. Yeah, getting murder holes now. Just ridiculous amount of Paladins coming in here. Trying to get my pike numbers up. Sending over my Cavalier here. They're strong, but not as tanky as these Paladins. And this castle goes down. I'm thinking, what the heck, man? This is not good. Like, Paladins are not cheap to begin with. But to have this many of them, oof. Imagine if he had the relics. Would have been GG. But these pikes coming in clutch. Look at that. These pikes helping out so much. And really, I still have 34 Cavalier alive. You know, I can start healing these bad boys back up. And I didn't lose hardly anywhere as much as he did. I mean, I lost the castle and a town center, which that sucked pretty bad. Not going to lie. But I'm hanging in there. I'm alive. And I've got my eco number up to 102 villas to 114. So still a little bit behind, but I'm catching up there, adding in more farms. I want to rebuild that castle so I can take this gold a little bit more safely. And I have 38 Cavalier here, adding in more. And a decent amount of pikes. I will get the halb upgrade at some point. Yeah, there we go. Researching halb now. But look at this. Jeez Louise. 42, 43 Paladins. Building a defensive castle now. And I have most of the map pretty well scouted out. Let's go to his viewpoint. He does too. Just the corners not really scouted out. And there we go. I got halbs now. And at some point, once I have the castle up, I will get the unique tech. That way, if he does tech into skirms or the archer line or whatever he wants to do, These are going to be extra resistant to the that line because of the extra pierce armor. And he's sending a lot of villagers forward here. Wants to take this gold on my left flank, and I'm going to try and build another TC here. And look at that. Jeez. Just a freaking tank of paladins. I mean, that's a 60, right? Yeah, that's 60 right there, and he's got another 4 or 5 over here. So I don't know he has a castle here. He's coming in over here again. I'm going to pull these villagers back for now. Going to come in over here and snipe this Treb real quick. Really would like him to come fight these halbs, but I'm going to send these halbs over to where the main army of paladins is. And he starts attacking my town center again. And I really need to get some more barracks up. And squires, or maybe it's the priest that's slowing me down. Slow walking. Gonna do a defensive castle over here. And look at that. If you see this going into your base, that's usually GG. And honestly, I think if he had attacked my monastery and ejected the relics, it probably would have been GG because I would have lost that additional attack. He has 17 attack. I currently have 18 attack, but I'm only got Cavalier. But instead he runs past, doesn't want to get attacked by these halbs. These halbs coming in clutch. And he's like, you know what? I don't like your town center here. Your town center, that's gone. Look at that. It's just insane. And I was trying to treb down over here. Had a few Cavalier, a couple trebs. Got some good damage on the castle, but he ends up taking it out. And there's 64 hit points on that town center left. That's funny. But once again, you know, he took out a town center. He almost took out another one, but he's having to fall back. But there's 51 there. I mean, he's got like 70-something. Let's go actually check. 94 military. And besides some trebs, it's basically Paladin. That's just nuts. Oh, wait, excuse me. 94 is me. 76. So he's got like 74 Paladin. And I'm going to build a castle over here. Let's see if you can see that. He can actually. And sending villagers all the way to the far corner. Maybe trying to see if there's any other resources over there. There's actually gold over here. Funny enough, I'm sending villagers to go take that as well. And he's going to take stone instead. And I get my castle up over here. I'm going to start building, getting this TC up. Get a couple of villager kills. Adding in more barracks to produce more halbs. And he's deciding to go for skirms. Which skirms are usually a pretty decent, you know, trash unit counter to pikes. But these are Lithuanian pikes with additional pierce armor. Sure, you can get the tech and put additional pierce armor on your skirms if you'd like, but what is that going to do for you? I'm not making anything that has any range. So I have 54 Cavalier here. I do believe I have the Paladin tech coming in. Yeah, Paladin tech is almost in. So I'm running over here looking to see what I can do, and I really wanted to distract his main base, our main army away from the front lines. And he actually has, I have 54, and he has 60. So he has 6 more Paladins than I do. But I have 20 attack, and he has 17 attack. So here I am fighting halbs versus skirms. And if he wants to send these Paladin, he can. I'll take that fight all day long. And here we have a full-on fight. 116 Paladins duking it out. Lithuanian Paladins. And I'm like, you know what? I need to use this hill bonus. I know I have slightly less numbers than he does. I'm going to use the high ground bonus against him. Over here, fighting. I love this engagement right here. I will take this all day long. I'm throwing away some trash, and you're losing Paladins. Getting some trebs out myself, and a monk. Still hanging in there over here. Keep going up to the top again so I can keep getting that bonus. I mean, this is just nuts. This is like 2 street fighters just slugging it out. Getting a conversion here on a Paladin, getting a free Paladin. Sending over some more Paladin of my own. Really like to take down this castle, but I'm losing some trebs. And look at that. 7 Paladins, or 8 Paladins, excuse me, left over. So I lost 46. I lost 46 Paladins, and he lost 60. Not a bad trade. Those extra attack from having the relics coming in clutch. And yeah, these Paladins are going to clean up these skirms really easily. Still has a big booming economy. I'm over on this side here, but not doing that much. Taking the gold over here though. I really want to take this castle down in the front. Getting this treb up, adding more barracks in. Taking this gold safely now.
Yes.
He said, "You Smurf?" I said, "Good game yet?" He said, "Yes."
No.
I said, "No, I'm not a Smurf." No Smurf here is what I said.